Son, Word the Big Bird, and all the characters on Sesame Street. I just woke up. Let me tell you, I just had the most vivid, the most, yo, I just had a dream out of this world. And usually when I dream, it's always real life. It's like I'm actually in a dream. This particular dream, this was a dream about Scandal. So I'm watching Scandal, and then at moments it's almost like I'm in a 4K slash 3D type alternate state, because it's like I'm not only watching Scandal through the television, I'm actually in that particular scene, like up close and personal. When the hits come in and stuff, I'm moving too fast. But this is what happens. If you're a fan of Scandal, then you know what's been going on with uh, everybody trying to find out who is Foxtail and what is Foxtail and things like that. OPA is in there in a whole nother gear trying to survive Papa Pope. They're trying to do so much different things at one time. It's ridiculous. Not even thinking about what's going on with the White House right now with Fitz and Melly. You know, Fitz is just trying to be a president and go through this presidency the best way that he can. And Melly is trying to run for Senate in Virginia and everything. But aside all of that, no Cyrus, no nothing. This was strictly a Olivia Pope lace dream with a hint of Fitz and a hint of the original, well, not even, well, yeah, you can say the original OPA members, Abby, Huck, and Quinn. It was like, let me see if I can remember. The only thing I can remember is like, okay, Fitz getting wind of everything that was going on with Papa Pope, because he's not in the loop. He doesn't know the stuff that's going on. He thinks that, pretty much that Olivia is still trying to get over her traumatic incident, being kidnapped and all of that stuff. He doesn't know that Papa Pope has pretty much staged a war on Olivia, and they're going at it. And so in the dream, it's like that still, except for some reason, I don't know, at that time Olivia wasn't there. I think it's almost as if Papa Pope had Olivia captured, and then Fitz went and was like pleading out for her release. Like, for whatever reason, Fitz needed to be in a tree. And the tree was there, and Abby was like the mouthpiece. Huck was just basically there. Quinn was there. And Abby was being the mouthpiece. Like, if you really love her, you climb in that tree and you'll profess that, you want them to bring her back. Tell them to bring her back, bring her back. And Abby was just being the friend that she is. And then convincing Fitz to go after his love. And not necessarily profess his love, but being as if he were to go out and request Olivia's return, he would be professing his love. So, now at this time, I somehow go into the 3D mode as if I'm near the tree, and before he climbs in the tree, I climb in the tree. I don't know why, but I'm like, dang, Lord, it's hard to get in this tree. Whew. Breathing hard, sweating hard. Maybe that's why I woke up sweating too. So, okay, Fitz gets in the tree, and it's like almost as if somebody else cut, and I get in the tree and I'm talking to him like, okay, you gotta let them know we need Olivia back. We need Olivia back. No, make no qualms about it. We gotta get Olivia back. We gotta. He was like, I know, we gotta get Olivia back. I love Olivia. This, that, and third. Then I get out of the tree, and it's almost as if somebody says action, and he goes and tells, bring Olivia back, and he's making this plea, this, that, and the third, and and Abby starts crying, Quinn starts crying, and Huck is sitting there with the constipated face on, and he's playing to America, whoever is watching. We want Olivia back. bring her back now. We will settle for nothing less than Olivia coming back immediately. This instance, whatever. So, scene changes. Olivia is pretty much in the same outfit that she was when she was kidnapped and everything. Hair wild, and it was Russell. Russell was talking to her and this, that, and the third, and I can't remember the full conversation, or how the case may be, but it was like she was beaten, at that point, when it just felt like she just gave up all hope of being captured, like this was it. Well, this was the state that she was in. She was just like depressed, and whatever he was saying to her, it was resonating in her mind, and it's just like you seeing flashbacks of her and Fitz, and just her being with her OPA, just the good days, just working, just life was simpler before she found out all the stuff about her father and this, that, and the third. And it's just like he said something and she snapped, and she went freaking Lara Croft, man, uh, uh, whatever Kill Bill. I can't even remember. In the yellow, I can't remember her character's name in Kill Bill. She went super. She went on a whole nother level. Every female superhero, whatever action you can think of, Olivia just went into. She snapped. She went up and boom, took her hand and drove it up into Russell's nose. So he died instantly. And then it was just like Papa Pope appeared out of nowhere, giving his super duper monologue, just going off. I made you and I built you and this, that, and the third. And it was like with every word that he would say, she just got stronger. She just got strong. And they were showing flashbacks of her fighting against him, she and OPA members, trying to just get free of him and his teachings and the demons that just like was riding with her. And she was fighting. The more she fought, the more men came out. There was never any females. She was just fighting men, like trained men. And the combat was just so intense. It was so much to the point where it it was like a Jason Bourne movie in a small space. They were just doing so much hand-to-hand combat. It didn't make any sense. She was snatching knives and throwing knives and cutting throats. And I think I watched too much Sons of Anarchy too, because, man, at one point her father said something. It was just like he was sitting, spectating in the corner. He said something and she went through 3 at one time. And she just got so frustrated, and it was just like she got freed all at once, and he was like, "You are your father's child," and she was just like, "Ah!" She went Super Saiyan and whatever the Dragon Ball Z character is. She went nuts, ballistic, and now she's cutting him at the knee, cutting Achilles tendons, everything, just body parts, just oh my God. They're telling her the one thing that really intensified everything, and that was fueling her rage and just this display of just this blood spill and everything. It was just like, they was like, you'll never go back to Fitz. He'll never have you, and you'll never get your life back. And with every word that was spoken, she was just like cutting through it all. It's like all the lies, everything, all the past, cutting through the past. It's just like, I gotta kill all these people to get to my future. And I'm like sitting there at some one point, I'm in it, and then the next, I'm in front of the television, and I'm with my family members, and we're all screaming, "Get him, Olivia! Get him, Olivia! Cut him high and cut him low! Get him, Olivia!" So she's fighting, and then her father comes in, and he comes with Fitz, and he has a gun to Fitz's head, and he was like, "Are you willing to lose your love? Are you willing to allow him to die? Because you just won't listen. You just won't do what is on the protocol." And she's sitting there, she's crying. She's stating her case. I've done everything you've ever wanted to do, even though you never showed me any real love. I love you, Dad, and this is how you do me, and blah blah blah, yada yada yada. And it was just so much raw emotion. And at this point, even Eli, he was so upset, but he was seeing his daughter for who she truly was. It was just like, oh my God, there's no way at this. It was like a light bulb went off in his like, in his head. It's like, my daughter will never be the same. I created a monster. I trained her, but I never knew she would be like this. And it's just like they just showed all the dead bodies that were there, and the tears were rolling down his eyes. And he had the gun at Fitz's head, and he was like, "I'm sorry, baby. I have to do this." And before he could pull the trigger, she had already taken the knife and stabbed him in between the eyes. And Fitz had backed up, and Eli, he pulled the trigger, barely just missing Fitz. And he looked, and he was falling. He's like, "Olivia, I love you. I did it for you." And he was falling. And Olivia screamed in one spot, was crying. Fitz is looking, mouth open, like, what just happened? He goes over to Olivia. Olivia's still crying, just crying. He's trying to console her.